The focus is on the girlfriend tonight. The FBI interviewing the Las Vegas shooter's girlfriend, what she says she knew about his plan.
Pizza parlor problems tonight. What two teenage workers are claiming their boss told them to wear.
Plus, stranded for weeks. What a Cape Coral couple had to go through to get back home after Hurricane Maria. Fox 4 News at 10 starts right now.
Live from Southwest Florida's news source, this is Fox 4 News at 10.
First on Fox 4 News at 10, we are tracking a tropical depression that's going to be headed into the Gulf of Mexico this weekend. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Patrick Nolan.
And I'm Amy Wegman. We want to get right on over to our chief meteorologist, Derek Beasley. He's closely monitoring the storm. I know a lot of people in Southwest Florida want to know, what does this mean for us, Derek?
Well, guys, it looks like right now there are no indications that we're going to be directly affected by the system, which is eventually going to become Nate. We do expect it to become a tropical storm as early as tomorrow. You can see there it is on satellite swirling around there just off the coast of Nicaragua and Honduras, I should say. And it looks like it's getting very close to the coastline. And that's one of the things we're going to be watching over the next couple of days is this interaction with the coast of Honduras and Nicaragua, as well as once it gets up towards the Yucatan Peninsula, how close it's going to get to the landmass there. And those potentially could have some implications on how strong it ends up becoming once it gets into the Gulf of Mexico. But as of the latest advisory, wind still at 35 miles per hour. And the latest forecast track again shows that interaction there with Honduras and Nicaragua, and then eventually passing just east of the Yucatan Peninsula there, just east of Cozumel and Cancun, and then eventually possibly making landfall as of the latest track, the forecast track from the National Hurricane Center, in the panhandle of Florida here by later Sunday. Of course, there's a very big amount of uncertainty as exactly the eventual track. We'll try to break it down for you. Complete forecast coming up.
All right. Thank you, Derek. A horrifying story for any parent. A local pizza shop owner accused of inappropriately touching and harassing the teenage girls who worked for him.
We've got the mugshot tonight. Harry Kaltsunas owns Pizza Depot in Cape Coral. He's now charged with child cruelty and battery. 4 in your corners, Lisa Greenberg, bringing you details of what's in that arrest warrant tonight. Lisa?
Well, Patrick and Amy, the investigation at Pizza Depot started in June. A teenage girl said she just couldn't take it anymore and told her parents about what was going on at work. Before today, the talk at Pizza Depot in Cape Coral was about the food.
Pizza's excellent.
But after learning the owner of the pizzeria, 61-year-old Harry Kaltsunas, is accused of inappropriately touching and sexually harassing the young girls working for him.
I'm appalled.
Scary.
Disgusting. That's about all I can say.
A man living 2 houses down from Kaltsunas describes him as a family man.
I'd say they're the all-American family, wife, 2 kids, husband, father.
And a great neighbor, too.
When I came back from the hurricane, he came down to see if everything was okay.
That description totally different than the man described in this arrest warrant. One of the teenage girls working for him told her parents Kaltsunas touched her inappropriately under her clothing while the business was open and after hours. The warrant also says when that girl's father confronted him about the touching, Kaltsunas said, quote, "I did, I'm sorry." Another girl told investigators Kaltsunas insisted the girls wear short shorts to work, and if the girls didn't complain, they'd get special treatment like raises and extra cash. But if they wore jeans, he would punish them by being mean. The words in this arrest warrant, tough for his neighbor to grasp.
It's not like reading about the guy across town. It's kind of an inanimate person, so to speak. This is your neighbor 2 doors down.
The open sign outside Pizza Depot now turned off, and their customers left with a bad taste in their mouths.
What do you do? I mean, you've got stores and restaurants all over the place. We don't know the people that work there or who own it, what kind of people they are.
Now, the warrant also says Kaltsunas gave the girls marijuana and vodka while at work, and that the girls actually went to his wife first before going to their parents and eventually the police. Lisa Greenberg, Fox 4, in your corner.
Hey, they're shooting right at us, guys. Everybody stay down. Stay down. Where's it at?
Stunning new images tonight. This is from the horrific shooting at that country music festival in Las Vegas on Sunday.
4 in your corners, Trace Gallagher is there tonight with where the investigation is headed now.
Newly released police body cam video shows what responders saw on the ground as the attack in Las Vegas unfolded.
Hey, they're shooting right at us, guys. Everybody stay down. Stay down. Where's it at? North of the Mandalay Bay. It's coming out of a window.
And scanner audio reveals the moment police entered the room, Paddock turned into a sniper's nest.
Breach. We are clearing this room. We have one suspect down.
Beaver 20 has one suspect down inside the room.
Finding Paddock on the floor, dead from an apparent suicide. FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe said investigators are reconstructing the shooter's life, behavior, and pattern, all in an effort to figure out exactly what motivated Paddock. Much of the focus now shifts to Mary Lou Danley, Paddock's girlfriend, who returned from the Philippines into Los Angeles last night. She was questioned today after being labeled a person of interest. Danley's sisters insist she knew nothing about Paddock's plans.
And I know that she don't know anything as well, like us. She was sent away. She was sent away so that she will be not there to interfere or put his planning. In that sense, I thank him for sparing my sister's life, but that won't be to compensate 59 people's life.
In the year prior to the attack, Stephen Paddock bought dozens of weapons. A gun shop manager in Mesquite, Nevada says he sold Paddock a gun on September 28th, the same day he checked into the Mandalay Bay Hotel.
I was ill. It made me physically ill to think that we had interacted with him and he had committed such a tragedy.
The gun shop owner says the store did not sell Paddock ammunition or any bump fire stocks, the device that automatically engages the trigger, allowing the weapon to fire between 400 and 800 rounds per minute. In 2010, the ATF deemed bump stocks legal because they don't physically alter the weapon. Paddock used them on at least 12 weapons inside the hotel room. And after 5.5 hours of meeting with the FBI, the attorney for Mary Lou Danley came out and addressed the media, saying that she did not know about the shooting. Her hearts go out to the victims, and she called Stephen Paddock a kind and gentle man, not the image we have drawn. In Las Vegas, Trace Gallagher, Fox News.
Well, tonight, for the first time, we are hearing a wife's emotional account of her husband's last minutes alive. He was shielding her from the Las Vegas shooter. Heather Melton and her husband, Sonny Melton, are from Tennessee. They were in Las Vegas for the Route 91 Harvest Festival when Stephen Paddock opened fire again from his hotel room on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel. Heather talked about Sonny's final moments, saying that he protected her from the bullets. But Sonny, a registered nurse, got shot in the back, and ultimately he died.
And so he just kind of wrapped his arms around me from behind, and we started running. And that's when I felt him get shot in the back. And we fell to the ground.
It's horrifying. The governor of Tennessee and the head of the medical center where Sonny worked, honoring his sacrifice.
And tonight we're hearing from a Southwest Florida woman who survived that shooting in Las Vegas. We talked to Cindy Wilds through FaceTime on her layover in Atlanta before she headed home to Sarasota. She told us she's still in shock over what she witnessed as bullets exploded into the crowd. She says she was right near the front of that stage, and once she realized somebody was shooting and saw people around her dropping to the ground, she took cover.
We grabbed onto each other's hand and we ran, and as fast, I don't think I've ever run so fast. And then when the shooting started, we ducked down or tried to find a safe place and then run again. I mean, it was craziness.
She says the enormity of what she survived didn't even set in until much later. And tonight, she says her focus is praying for the lives that were lost.
Tonight, we are getting some reports that one Las Vegas hotel in particular is ramping up security. The Wynn Las Vegas has started scanning visitors now with metal detection wands, and they're doing this at random. They are also checking bags of people staying at the hotel. The Mandalay Bay Hotel, where the shooter was, has increased security as well. It is not checking bags or using wands, though, at the entrance.
An 18-year-old walking on the sidewalk with his friends shot in the hip in a drive-by shooting happened in Lee County just before midnight on Hancock Creek, South Boulevard in Cape Coral. This is video you'll see only on Fox 4 in your corner, showing the area just moments after that shooting went down. Cape Coral police said the teenager was walking down the sidewalk with some of his friends when somebody inside a car right across the street fired those shots, the victim falling to the ground screaming in pain.
I just heard gunshots, and then I was kind of scared, so I didn't really do anything. I just kind of stayed in my house, and I saw them searching the woods for a few hours, but I don't think they got anybody.
Cape Coral Police telling 4 in Your Corner tonight that anybody concerned about the drive-by shooter being on the loose should be on the lookout, but not too alarmed. The car involved in the incident is described as a dark-colored 4-door sedan. Tired of the flooding tonight, what the city of Bonita Springs says it plans to do to help neighbors who are tired of being underwater.
A mom could soon be behind bars for doing what she believes is the right thing for her child. Why she refuses to get him vaccinated.
Finally home after an unbelievable ordeal. How a couple was finally able to make it back to Southwest Florida after being stranded because of Hurricane Maria. You're watching Fox 4 News at 10. Derek?
And we're keeping a close eye on Tropical Depression 16. We'll have the latest forecast track and your forecast heading into the weekend coming up.
Tomorrow on Fox 4 Morning News, if you've been wanting to get back in shape but hate going at it alone, there's a new place for early risers to meet and walk.
We'll show you how to get involved tomorrow on Fox 4 Morning News.
Capital Bank, a Fox 4 home expert.
Hi, I'm Margaret Rogers with Capital Bank. We assist many first-time buyers with their mortgage, and the process can seem overwhelming. Stay tuned after this message, where I'm going to share some important planning tips for first-time buyers.
Remember the bank you used to know. We're Capital Bank, here for you with the personalized service that you deserve. Big enough to meet all of your banking needs. Small enough to help you reach your individual financial goals. We're your friends and neighbors. We're Capital Bank. We're here for you.
When preparing to buy a home for the first time, gather your financial documents, such as bank statements and tax returns. Review your savings to see how much you can afford for a down payment and for closing costs. Contact a mortgage professional to discuss available options and be pre-qualified for a mortgage loan amount. And contact a real estate professional to help you locate a home that is right for your needs and in your price range.
These tips brought to you by Capital Bank, your home mortgage experts.
Andrew, Charlie, Wilma, and now Irma have left a permanent mark in our 30-year history here in Southwest Florida. No one has more experience or is better equipped than Garden Street to handle the scrap generated during these storms. Each time, millions of pounds of scrap pours into our yards as a result of these storms, generating much cash needed for the recovery. If price is your thing, our customers have informed us that we are at least 13 cents a pound higher than our nearest competitor. It's at times like this where we also need to remember our good friends at the Harry Chafin Food Bank. At Garden Street, it's recycling done right.
At Regions Bank, we offer the innovative tools you need to make banking simple so you can take your next step in life. Ashley, a real Regions customer, loves that we offer Regions mobile deposit and advanced online banking tools to help her keep track of her money. Sierra uses Android Pay and online planning tools that help her plan for the future. And they both love that there's a helpful Regions banker available to offer personal advice and guidance. Ready to take your next step? Regions Bank is right here in Fort Myers. Call, click, or come by.
Well, honey, we made it. 50 wonderful years together.
There were times I thought 50 days would be too many, forget years.
At Cornerstone Builders, we've always put our customers first. We've been blessed with a wonderful marriage and thank the Lord, a business that has prospered beyond our wildest dreams.
Not to mention our beautiful family.
Congratulations!
So, honey, what are we doing for the next 50 years?
Let Cornerstone Builders wow you!
For 6 days only, now through Monday Columbus Day, only at Rooms to Go. It's 6 days to get beautiful Rooms to Go furniture, big savings, and finance interest-free for 60 months with no minimum purchase. That's 5 years from now. Buy whatever you want. Living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, whatever, and pay no interest. No games, no gimmicks. It's 6 days to shop, 60 months to finance interest-free through Monday Columbus Day, only at Rooms to Go.
Call the air conditioning experts at Taraco's Cooling and Heating, a Fox 4 home expert.
Painful news from overseas tonight. 3 American soldiers killed in the West African country of Niger.
The troops were part of a small advisory team. They were helping local anti-terror forces when we're told they were attacked. 2 more troops were wounded. We're told both of them are in stable condition tonight.
Tracking news in Southwest Florida right now. A local couple stranded in Puerto Rico for weeks because of Hurricane Maria finally back home tonight. 7
times they tried booking flights home, but each time the flight was canceled. 4 in Your Corner's Michael Cadigan speaking to the couple in person about how they finally got back home to Florida. Michael?
Patrick and Amy, when we first introduced you to Sarah and John Rivera from Puerto Rico, they had to talk to us through Skype. Now they were without gasoline or hope because their flights kept getting canceled, so they turned to a boat to get back home.
There was times when I thought I might as well just live here. We're not getting off this island.
Sarah Rivera and her husband John's hopes were grounded, just like their flight. For the 7th time, American Airlines canceled their flight home. But luckily, Sarah's mom back in North Fort Myers saw a post the couple just had to see.
My mother found on Facebook the link about the Royal Caribbean, and we went from there and got on that boat.
John taking these pictures of the long lines of people waiting to board the Royal Caribbean.
There was at least, I'd say about maybe 2,000 people.
But after 2 weeks of being away from home, the Riveras would even need more patience.
We were standing in line from 5:30 in the morning until about 1 in the afternoon when we finally got on the boat.
Waiting for a boat was easier than sitting by the phone. How many times did American Airlines cancel on you guys?
We still got a pending flight right now.
Yeah, we still haven't canceled it yet because we just got in yesterday and been so tired.
I'd say about 7 times.
But as a couple walked to grab some groceries, we had to ask when they'd be heading back to Puerto Rico.
February.
He says February. I say maybe in 2 years.
Whenever they wind up heading back, they'll still be remembering this year's trip.
It's a vacation we'll never forget.
I think I'm with Sarah on that one. I think 2 years is just the right amount of time. Now, the Riveras said they were actually excited to go to work today. Sarah even got a welcome back party with cake when she showed up today. Live in the studio, Michael Cadigan, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, we're glad they're home safe and sound. Thank you, Michael. A tragic story in East Naples tonight. A missing toddler found dead in a pond. Investigators say 2-year-old Peter Mitchell likely drowned last night behind one of these units on Valerie Way. Yesterday, his grandmother reported him missing, and a neighbor says she and her husband helped search for the boy along with other neighbors until they heard the boy's mother screaming. A neighbor had just found him floating face down in that pond.
I couldn't even work today because I just can't. It was so sad. It was horrible. And the whole neighborhood's just in shock.
So painful, the sheriff's office report says the boy's mother told the dispatchers that the door to their home was wide open. It's not clear if it was left open or maybe somehow he opened it himself. The Major Crimes Bureau is now investigating that tragic incident.
A man is accused of following another guy home and stabbing him with a machete. Lee County deputies say this guy, Saul Sinclair Rivera, stabbed another person on Sunday night after he went to a nightclub in Fort Myers. They say he followed the victim to his car, asking him to fight. The victim argued with Sinclair Rivera in the past over an ex-girlfriend, according to detectives. The victim told deputies he refused to fight and drove home. He said that Sinclair Rivera followed him to his place and stabbed him and then ran. Sinclair Rivera was later arrested and is charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon.
Heads up, if you're going to be driving in South Fort Myers, a stretch of Winkler Road is going to stay closed until next week because of that little sinkhole that popped open there. Crews have been working to repair it. We showed it to you on the news about a week ago. Portion of Winkler between College Parkway and McGregor Boulevard is going to be closed at least until Monday. In your corner, always keeping an eye on the tropics for you, especially this time of year. We're keeping an eye on that tropical depression in the Southwest Caribbean, as we also give you a live look at radar in Southwest Florida right now.
Chief Meteorologist Derek Beasley in the Weather Center now with more on if this tropical depression could impact us here in Southwest Florida. Derek?
Well, guys, right now it does look like we'll have significant impacts here unless the track changes dramatically and it ends up going a little bit farther east than what we're expecting right now. But it does look like parts of the Panhandle and other parts of the northern Gulf Coast could be dealing with a hurricane here by the time we head towards the latter part of the weekend. We'll try to break it down for you and let you know what to expect here as we head towards the end of the week and the weekend here in a few minutes. But Storm Shield 4 Doppler has been tracking a little bit of rain across the area. Now, we saw a lot of sunshine throughout the day today. It looks like those chances for rain in the forecast here for tomorrow are going to be going up a little bit. So again, you see the showers have been kind of moving their way from east to west across the region. And again, these showers will continue here through tonight on an isolated basis. You can see here in Lee County, looking at some downpours from Alva back towards the west through Buckingham and getting down into Lehigh Acres and Gateway. These are going to be crossing over 82 here very shortly. So temperatures tonight, not bad. Actually, with the breeze, it feels pretty comfortable outside. Low to mid 70s, and again, those winds out of the northeast at about 10 to 20. Forecast for tomorrow morning calls for mostly cloudy skies, and I think there's going to be a pretty decent chance for rain here for tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon, all courtesy of a tropical wave, which has been making its way through the Caribbean over the past couple of days. There it is right there, and you can see the tropical wave is going to continue making its way westward across the state here for tomorrow, and as a result of that, it will result in higher rain chances for Thursday into Friday. Now here's Tropical Depression 16, continues to spin around just off to our south. This is the latest track on it. You can see it's going to continue moving off towards the north and eventually getting into the Gulf of Mexico here by this weekend, potentially becoming a hurricane here by Friday into Saturday, and then a turn towards the northeast, headed towards the Panhandle here by Sunday. A little closer inspection here. It's going to have some interaction here with Nicaragua and Honduras, and this is going to be very critical exactly how much land interaction is going to occur when it crosses over these 2 points through the Yucatan Peninsula. If it happens to stay over water, we could be looking at a more intense hurricane. But as a result, though, notice here in southwest Florida, the track is expected to stay well west of the region. Now, that's the way things look right now. The cone of uncertainty, though, is very large, so we very well could see a track as far east as the Big Bend, or even a track as far west as the Mississippi-Louisiana state line, maybe even into central portions of the Louisiana Gulf Coast. So a very large spread here, and the storm could very much be stronger than what we're indicating here. Computer model forecast tracks, though, have been pretty much tightly clustered towards the west, particularly the GFS model, because it's forecasting a weaker storm. And really the big key, there's a big area of high pressure over the Atlantic. How strong is that high? A stronger high will keep the track farther west. A weaker high pressure will keep the track a little bit farther towards the east. But right now, I do not expect significant direct impacts in southwest Florida. There's the GFS model right there. The European model, though, more robust, and a turn towards the north and east with a landfall potentially in the Panhandle, Panama City, even as far west as Fort Walton Beach and Destin by the time we get towards Sunday into Monday. So we'll keep an eye on it nonetheless, but right now there are no immediate concerns for southwest Florida. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Chances for rain are going to be highest tomorrow, and then we'll be watching Friday into the weekend, depending on how close what eventually is going to become Nate. If it gets close enough to us, we could see higher rain chances, but right now 50% probabilities for Saturday and Sunday.
All right, thank you, Derek. Coming up next, water woes. How the city of Bonita Springs plans to get rid of the water that is flooding some streets there. Plus, a mom facing time behind bars for not vaccinating her son. Why she says she is not backing down from this decision. It's next on Fox 4 News at 10.
Fox 4 is adding more time
And more resources to cover mornings like never before.
in your corner all morning long with continuous local news, weather, and traffic.
It's Fox 4 Morning News.
Now weekdays 4:30 to 9.
Storm Smart, a Fox 4 home expert.
Hello, I'm Brian Rist. Today, there's a lot of talk about smart technology. Should you automate your home? I'll answer that after the break.
Storm Smart storm catcher screens can not only protect you during a storm, they can be used for shade, privacy, added living space, or keeping bugs out. They'll save you money on energy and insurance costs and will pay for themselves within a few short years. Not just smart, they're genius.
By installing a smart thermostat, you can cut your energy costs by up to 23%. Today's smart security systems will let you know when someone comes to your door, no matter where you are. Could you imagine never having to turn off a light again? Today's smart home comfort system knows when it's time to go to sleep. Imagine tomorrow morning when the alarm goes off, your shades go up, and the coffee comes on.
If you want it done right, ask the experts at Storm Smart, a Fox 4 home expert.
What did you take?
You took my hair.
You took my husband, my grandmother.
My dad. You tried to take me.
You try to take everyone, but I won't let you.
We will stop you with therapies,
With immune cells, genetic testing,
clinical trials,
and cutting-edge research.
We will stop you.
by treating every single patient, just like family.
And cancer,
You're going to lose.
and we are going to win.
To make an appointment, visit makingcancerhistory.com.
For 6 days only, now through Monday Columbus Day, only at Rooms to Go. It's 6 days to get beautiful Rooms to Go furniture, big savings, and finance interest-free for 60 months with no minimum purchase. That's 5 years from now. Buy whatever you want. Living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, whatever, and pay no interest. No games, no gimmicks. It's 6 days to shop, 60 months to finance interest-free through Monday Columbus Day, only at Rooms to Go.
Siesta Pebble is dedicated to bringing your backyard dreams to life. Our reputation is founded on exceptional customer service, quality of work, and our lifetime warranty. Family owned and operated, serving our community for over 20 years as the Pebble Tech authorized installer.
What's better than tailgating? Winning big with your Lotto, Fantasy 5, or Fast Play ticket in the Game Day Cash promotion. You could win a new Lazy Days Winnebago motorhome, $200,000 in prizes, and more. Game Day Cash from the Florida Lottery. It's your ticket. Claim it!
If you have kids, their health and their safety is likely your top priority. But what if doing what you think is best could land you behind bars? A mom in Detroit facing jail time because of her beliefs when it comes to vaccinations and her child. The court says she has 1 week to get her son vaccinated or she will be thrown in jail. The mom believes she should have the choice to make the right decision for her child.
I would rather sit behind bars for standing up for what I believe in than giving in to something I strongly don't believe in. I feel angry. I feel backed into a corner. I feel like my rights as a parent have been taken away.
So the state of Michigan does give parents the choice to opt out of vaccinations, but here's the thing in this case. The boy's father wants the child to be vaccinated, so the conflict has become a court battle. The mom says she's the primary caregiver for their son, and she will try to figure out how she can avoid this jail time.
A man and woman under fire tonight accused of taking advantage of those with a disability. They're accused of holding a woman hostage inside this home for money. People in Bonita Springs frustrated about continued flooding weeks after Irma. How their council members are responding when they hear their concerns face to face tonight. You're watching Fox 4 News at 10.